In Nagorno-Karabakh, Armenia and Azerbaijan, September 27, 2020, seemed a day like any other. Then, at 8:03 a.m., artillery and airstrikes rained down on Stepanakert, the capital of Artsakh. A fragile peace had shattered, and the Second Karabakh War began. As World War II-esque air raid sirens shrieked, forces of the Azerbaijani armed forces launched offensives in multiple areas of the line of contact, in Talish, Mirav, Martakert, Jebrail and Fizuli. A full-scale invasion, unleashing a torrent of violence not seen since the first war of the early 90s. Armenians woke to the news that their greatest worry had been realized. People did not expect cities full of civilians to be bombarded indiscriminately in this way. Tanks rolled through Stepanakert as crowds watched on as young men went to defend the border. In Yerevan, men and reservists gathered in the squares and plazas to volunteer for the front. Ordinary citizens too started setting up donation points where people could take food, clothes and other supplies for the army. Armenia, Artsakh and Azerbaijan all declared martial law and a state of absolute emergency. As all three nations mobilized, their leaders took to the airwaves to increase morale, all ensuring their respective sides that victory was certain. Soon, the human cost of war, the shard in the personal, started to take shape. Grief, which would not end with the war. This state would continue for 44 days until Armenia accepted its defeat as Azerbaijani forces advanced deep into Karabakh, capturing the strategic town of Shushi. The war left over 4,000 Armenian servicemen dead, 11,000 injured, 88 civilians dead, hundreds still unaccounted for, and many, some estimating over 100, taken as prisoners of war, still held in Baku jails. Azerbaijanis too are in grief, with thousands of dead servicemen. President Ilham Aliyev, relishing in his victories, with parades and photo ops, declared that the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict is now a thing of the past. But a year on, Armenian POWs are still being paraded in front of cameras, in apparent show trials. The Red Cross is still uncovering the bodies of fallen soldiers who are unaccounted for. Border incursions by Azerbaijan into Armenia proper has unleashed a new crisis, with Azerbaijan taking more POWs and killing Armenian servicemen, still terrorizing the population, including a bus full of young football players, still desecrating historical Armenian places of worship, still destroying Armenian cemeteries, still making territorial claims to almost all of what's left of the Armenian Republic, and still mocking and caricaturing Armenian soldiers, most of them conscripts, aged 18 to 20. Is the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict really over? As Armenians and Azerbaijanis mark 1 year since that bloody war started, the glory of war seems to shrivel in the face of a grieving mother. In victory or defeat, grief and loss are still very tangible.